This video will have a review and some information about what shape racket should you play with. Vamos. And you make mistakes because you're playing with a racket that is way too difficult. How many percent power and how many percent control do you think? How do the new Royal Padel Rackets Adversario play? You're going to find out in this video. We're going to test the smash, the bandeja and the defense to find out if you need one of these rackets. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in my shop. This is the shop of racketteam.com, where I'm also partly owner of. One of the reasons that I actually started the shop is because I believe that most people play with the rackets they should not play with. I tested a lot of rackets, 130 rackets last year, and I figured out that for some rackets you need to have very good timing. So today we're going to speak about what racket do you need: a round shaped racket, a teardrop racket, or a diamond shaped racket. These rackets are the Adversario ones from Royal Padel, and it's the 32-year-old version. So Royal Padel has been making rackets for 32 years. The thing they improved the most is the sandpaper. This is so rough. But now we're going to tell you the difference between the rackets. Okay, with the defending, what do you think was the easiest racket for you, Uriel? The polyethylene woman, polyethylene normal, or the hybrid?
With defending, they were quite similar. What I could notice is that the ladies' version is a bit lighter.
Yeah.
All of them are quite maneuverable, so not too heavy, and solid way of controlling the ball.
Yeah, I feel the same. If you use code Otro Nivel, you get 10% extra discount for anything you buy here in the shop. So if you need something, you can also ask me any questions. So on the Racket Team website, we have a WhatsApp button. So if you need any help on the rackets, please send me a message and I will respond to that as fast as possible to help you choose the racket that you need to play with. I don't know what happened, but they improved over the year with maneuverability, because I think last year the only thing you could say about the whips and Adversarios that were a little bit harder to maneuver, and now it's easy. With the volleys, Uriel, did you notice a difference with the volleys?
Yeah, especially the ones with a bit more weight gave a bit more power. Especially the red one made it much more easy to accelerate.
If you're looking to play with control, or if one of your goals is to make less mistakes on the court because you play too fast or that you hit too much balls in the net, then you should play with a round shaped racket. So let's say these bull paddle rackets, the one here are more for control and the one here is more of a power racket, just because the shape is different. In my opinion, the hybrid was more power. But the polyethylene version, the ball goes deeper into the racket. I don't know if you felt the same way. So if the ball hits into the polyethylene racket, it feels like it's going into the racket and then comes out more. And this goes faster off the racket. So it's more like boom and it goes out, and this ball goes in, out. Same with the bandejas. But I think the biggest difference was with the smashes. Now you can see that we both smashed the ball out very, very easily. And I think that's because of the rough surface. It's amazing. You can make so much rotation to the ball. It was very easy to kick the ball out, and they feel light and easy. So with a lot of kick, you can get the ball out. Which was your favorite racket for the kick smash, Uriel?
Yeah, honestly, same as in defense with the playing with the effect.
Okay.
All of them were quite easy to handle. Yeah.
I think my favorite would be the polyethylene. What I do have to say is that the polyethylene version of the Aniversario is the arm-friendliest racket that we have in the store. And I think one of the most arm-friendly rackets that are in the world. You can find made in Argentina, 32-year-old company, that factories that makes this racket. It feels very, very good. If you need to play a little bit more aggressive, so you are not making so much mistakes, and your defense is perfectly fine. If your defense is not perfectly fine, don't use a teardrop racket because it's slightly more difficult. If you're looking to get a racket where you have control and a lot of effect and arm friendly, these are going to be your rackets. And if you are a woman, get this one. Beautiful rackets. The first time they have an Aniversario women. Okay, with the Bandeja, Uriel, you liked the hybrid a little bit more.
Yeah, I preferred the hybrid. For me, it gave a bit more sensation that the strokes of the Bandeja went more easy with this one.
Okay.
So what I'm trying to say is that the racket did a lot for me. So sometimes you have a racket where you have to really put the effort in yourself, and now this racket
And just it happened.
Yeah.
Okay. I think you play also more powerful than me, so maybe then the hybrid suits you better. I play slightly softer, so then maybe the polyethylene is in my favorite. So maybe you have to look if you play with a lot of power or if you play with a lot of control. Also, Uriel plays with a lot of control, but he plays the balls faster than me, so then maybe the hybrid is better for him. How many percent power and how many percent control do you think? Yeah, for me, the polyethylene is like 75% control and 25% power. And the hybrid is like 60-40 for me. 60% control, 40% power.
Okay, I would go with 60-40 and 50-50.
Okay. So, also the racket here, you see the bridges. They put the bridges here, so it's more arm friendly. And it's very shock absorbing. So they placed some dampeners in the racket that you can see, and those are this is a method to make your racket more arm friendly. So when you hit the ball, it doesn't go into your arm, but it goes into these dampeners that you see in the center. In my opinion, everybody can play with these rackets. If you're a beginner, medium or advanced, they're very, very all-round. And because of the big sweet spot and the over-round teardrop, if I'm correct, very round racket, which makes it very easy to play the ball. If you hit it a little bit on the frame, doesn't really matter because it feels like you have a very, very big sweet spot. So that's something that I'm very happy about. And these are the rackets why I choose to play with Royal Padel. Because this is a very big difference in comparison to other brands, in my opinion. If you're somebody that hardly ever makes a mistake, has perfect control on the ball, has high tennis level. Has the tendency of hitting the ball high in the racket, then you need a diamond shaped racket. So you can generate way more power because the balance is high in the racket. Also that the sweet spot is high on the racket. So you need to hit the ball on the top of the racket. That's why we choose to sell a lot of round rackets, as you can see here in the shop. Padel is a control game. It's not really a game about making winners. So a round racket has the biggest sweet spot. It is, if you don't have amazing timing like I have, it would be way better to play with a round shaped racket. It has the biggest sweet spot. So with the round racket, it doesn't really matter where you hit the ball on the racket, which is way different than with a diamond shaped racket, for instance. If you have any questions, guys, about rackets, go to racketteam.com, help desk, WhatsApp, send me a message, and I can help you choose a racket. And remember, 10% discount if you use code Otro Nivel. So if you need any help, please let me know. Thank you everybody for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode. Hasta luego, ciao, adios.